So now we're going to record the employer's payroll tax expense for the last pay period. In this case, the pay period for this company is monthly. So we're going to do December. So we need the same entries: payroll tax expense, ASTI, payable, Medicare, payable. So now let's look at this. So we need to know how much of the gross, here's our gross column, is taxable for ASTI. Now here's a problem. Pam is over the 102,000 limit, so we can't tax all of the 4250. So we have to calculate, well, how much is taxable? So notice prior to this paycheck, she was paid 98,880. So in the Excel spreadsheet, I've got this graph of Pam's taxable ASTI. So prior to this pay period, here in blue, she got paid 98,880. Notice it says Pam's wages prior to this paycheck, and that means they've already been taxed for ASTI and, of course, all other taxes. So when we add her current paycheck of 4250, it puts her above this limit of 102,000. So here's a $102,000 limit. So my question to you is, how much of this paycheck right here is taxable? The part above the limit or this part below the limit? Well, it's the part below the limit that is taxable. So how do we calculate this taxable amount? Well, we have to subtract the difference from 102,000 minus her prior pay of 98,880. So here's my calculation. 102,000 minus 98,880 means only 3,120 of Pam's 4250 paycheck is taxable in this pay period. So down here, I've created a little graph. So we take this 3,120, that's taxable, and I've created a taxable column for ASTI. So here's the gross, and I included the year-to-date earnings. And then I created a taxable ASTI column. So we take that 3,120, which we calculated again up here as being taxable. That's this portion of her current paycheck. Remember, this green represents her December paycheck. Okay, and then I'm going to have figure out the taxable for these other two. And these other two people are not even close to the 102,000 limit. So all of their gross pay is taxable for ASTI. So when we add these three up, 3,120, 3,800, 4,440, we get total taxable of 11,320. So if you follow my arrow, I take that 11,320 and I use that to calculate my December 31st ASTI. So here's where that 11,320 comes in handy. So we take the 11,320 is taxable for ASTI times 6.2% gives us $701.84. And it does happen to be the exact same amount as what we calculate individually for the employee. So 701.84. A lot of work to get that. 701.84. Okay. And then for Medicare taxable, we're going to take everything, all the gross for December. And here's December gross, 12,450 times 1.45%. Let's look at what my solution. So Medicare, you take the whole 12,450 times 1.45% gives us 180.53. 180.53. You add those two up. You put the number here, 882.37, and that gives us our employer journal entry for the employer's taxes for December. Then hit continue. And then in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in time and we're going to journalize the payment of October's tax liabilities. But that will be saved for the next video.